Hey guys, all the little doodads, gadgets, and gizmos we get to use to treat our disease, T1D. I call them weapons. They're the weapons we use to fight this disease each and every day. Got a cool one here to show you. It's not a sponsor or anything like that. It's just something I found pretty useful, and based on my lifestyle, it worked out pretty well. So let's get to it. See this little guy right here? That is a sugar pixel. So my wife turned me onto that tool. I think she found it on the interweb. And initially, I was hesitant, okay, because diabetic burnout, it's a real thing. We deal with this every day, all day. Don't really have a choice. Can't put it away. Can't say, all right, I want to work on something else right now. It's with us all the time. And sometimes you just kind of want to forget about it. So having that in your face all the time seemed like something that would be a constant reminder that you're a type 1. But, you know, me, I'm old, long in the tooth, and kind of set in my ways. So I don't embrace new things as much as I should. But I'm like, all right, we'll give it a shot because it's really unfair to her, particularly, you know, 2 o'clock in the morning when my alarm's going off, and the particular CGM I have, the alarm is obnoxious. So it's not really fair to her. It's not fair to her at all. So in that regard, I'm like, okay, great, I'll give it a shot. And turned out, worked out pretty well. So now I have several of them, and I'll explain why. Let's go check it out. Okay, so you might have heard me say in the past where I am sitting in the purgatory of online meetings. And when that's the case, I've got to worry about my settings on my pump because I have them set for activity. Okay. And when I'm sitting in my office, my butt's glued to the seat, so there's not much activity. But every once in a while, I'll get the opportunity to come out here and help my team when we're working on various things. So I come out into the shop and I'm plugging away on building things, and you got welding tools here. Let's see if we can get down there. We got welding, we got torches, and I got steel, and I got welding benches and pumps and all kind of fun stuff. So I'm out here beating on things, and sometimes I might find myself climbing under a truck or whatever, working with big heavy equipment, tools, and just beating on stuff and running and so on and so forth. So when I come out here and I'm getting into this, well, things change. My activity changes. And so next thing you know, I'm out here, and about 45 minutes or so after I get out here, my numbers start tanking. So how does that little guy help me? Well, let me show you. There's that little guy right there. So it's just a reference for me sitting out when I'm running around the shop to remind me, hey, things might be going sideways. So anyway, it's a sugar pixel, and it's a cool little tool. Again, it's not sponsored, but it's just something that I use to help me when my environment's changing, when I'm going from the shop to the office. So that little guy, that sugar pixel, like I said, it helps me out because I never know what I'm going to be doing. And when you don't know what you're doing, it makes it real hard, it makes it challenging to be able to really manage your numbers and keep from going highs and lows. So that tool has really helped me out a lot. Now, of course, you need a CGM. What the Sugar Pixel does is basically, if you share your CGM information with a loved one, It's basically the same thing. You're just sharing your CGM readings with the Sugar Pixel, and it displays it. So it's a cool little tool to have. It's not sponsored or anything, but check it out. It certainly helps you, especially like me, if you're constantly changing, moving things, and you're running around. It's just a little reference to say, hey, look at me. Now, I know we have these, like I said, all of these gadgets, doodads, and gizmos, but you don't necessarily have your phone with you. Me, oftentimes, I have my phone in my pocket or whatever, and it's kind of a pain in the butt to stop doing what you're doing and dig out your phone to see where you're at. And then there's other things like for me, I'm always doing random things, whether I'm crawling in a crawl space or cutting torches, welding, so on and so forth. You don't want this stuff out and exposed, right? Watches and so forth, it gets damaged. And, like I said before, I'm getting a little long in the tooth. So looking at that watch, it's kind of like, you have to get closer and closer. So it's just a great tool to have as a quick reference to look and just make sure that you're going in the right place. And there's little indicators of whether you're going up or down. It'll say negative or plus a certain number of numbers. So you went up 4 or 5, or you went down 4 or 5, and it kind of gets you back on track. But it's a cool little tool. Check it out. All right, see you on the next one.